Okay, here we have Conspire. This is the Conspire GUI. This provides us with access to the Conspire HPC cloud that we've built. First thing I'll do is I'll log in. So I'll just type in my username and password. There we are. And now we're logged on to Conspire. From here you can see I've got several options. So for example, I can modify my account, and this is where I can add in different clusters. So you can see here I currently have the Emerald GPU cluster. And if I wanted to, I could add in Iridis as well. We'll expand this list of clusters to hopefully include most of the ones available in the UK. Okay, if I go back to the main screen, obviously the thing you want to do the most is to run some computation. So if I go to my jobs, you can see there's one that's already completed. If I start a new job here, I have a choice of jobs that I could run. Obviously, we've built 3 packets at the moment, some dynamics using Amber, zeolite design using Zebedee, and some time-dependent binding using Sire. Let's try and do some dynamics first. So I'll select Amber, and here you can see now we have sort of the standard options you would have if you're sort of running a simple dynamics calculation. So what you'd want to do is maybe choose the topology file. So I go here, I can now choose the topology file for the calculation. So the dynamics demo is here, so choose the topology file. Now the coordinate file there we are. I can also do things like say what's the name of the output, how long do I want to run for, maybe in this case I want to run for 2 nanoseconds. There we are, and number of blocks, temperature, etc. If you want something more complicated, you could also here add in your own command file, so you could give your own sort of input file for Amber. Once you've basically decided on all of the options, you submit the simulation. Off it goes. Here we can choose how we wish to run. So we can say, do we want to run the simulation quickly, energy efficiently, etc. When we're ready, we click Start. And what happens now is everything is packaged up. All of the simulation files are encrypted and then sent off to the cloud. So it's now sitting somewhere on the cloud. You can see here is the job. It's currently uploading. It'll take a little bit of time to upload because basically this is dynamics of a big protein, so it's a big packaged file, and it will upload it to the cloud. Our server running somewhere up there in the cloud will decide which cluster it should run the job on, and then it will send the job to be run on the cluster. While this is waiting and uploading, why don't we start a Zebedee job, because this is quite quick. So now we choose zeolite design using Zebedee. Here, this is a much more detailed sort of options file because there are various things you might want to choose. So Zebedee is used to design zeolites. So let's basically set the zeolite we want to design first. So we choose the input file for the pore. Here we go here, there's the Zebedee demo. This is the pore I want to build. And then I now want to choose the seed. So this is the starting point for the sort of Monte Carlo simulation that's used. And they're going to start the simulation now using methane as my seed. As is Monte Carlo, I have several parameters that I could set. So for example, I could set the temperature of the simulation, the maximum amount of translation and rotation here. That's the maximum translation, here's the maximum rotation. Equally, I could be doing things like saying how much do I want to move, how often do I want to perform the different types of Monte Carlo move. And I can even do very detailed things, like if we go into the fragments, we can set things like which torsions will we actually want to change. Anyway, once we've chosen everything, again we do submit, choose the options here, and then we just submit it again. So off it goes to the cloud, packaged all up, and it's sent off now. Goodbye, it has now gone to the cloud. So where are our jobs? Well, here we are. We have our jobs run here. You can see now, actually, there we are. The dynamics job has actually finished. And here we're waiting for the Zebedee job to go. So we click on the dynamics job. If I click here to download, that will basically allow me to choose where I wish to download the job. So I'm going to download it into here. There really should be a progress bar at this point to give you sort of the status of the download, because at the moment it's kind of quite small. There we are, and there we are. Here are all of the output files you'd normally expect from your Amber job, so sort of the trajectory file, restart file, etc., and all of the log files. If I go back to here, there we are, we can see the Zebedee job is now computing. It's happily computing away, da 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 da. and we should find after a little bit of time the job will have finished. So see, at the moment nothing's going on. Obviously I can, if I want to, close this GUI now and sort of come back later if I wanted to check on it. I know that this will actually calculate quite quickly, so I'll just give it a little bit of time. Indeed, this one here is actually a Zebedee job that I ran before, and sort of here's one I finished earlier. Anyway, this is computing. Take a couple of minutes to compute. And once it's finished computing, you'll see here how you have an update on the screen, which will actually tell you how the job is being transferred from the compute node, which is over in Emerald, and then sort of sent back to our server in the cloud. Dun, 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 dun. It will eventually come to finish. Indeed, while we're waiting, maybe we can look here and just download these results. So again, go to demo, Zebedee, we'll put the results in here. So this is what we'll be looking for when this is downloaded. There we are, these are the Zebedee output files. We now just go back. Oh, it's still computing. It will eventually finish. But, okay, I'm feeling too bored, I'm not going to wait for it. So again, here are the output files. There they are at this point, and you can see here you've got things like a run.log, which will just pop up here. Download it, choose. There we are, here's the run.log. Oh, and this one has now finished. Okay, so we have the finished one. Let's download that one which we've just completed. And it's now downloading. Again, we really do need a progress bar at this point. Here we are, here's the run.log file. If I just have a look at that, you can see here all of the output from Zebedee as you'd normally get. I've finished my work now with Conspire, so I'll go back and I'll log out. Thank you for listening.